Coming to you once again from the Illegal Shift Studios. Let me turn that off real quick. It is another episode of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast. And I'm going to open a beer here as tradition dictates.
I don't have a beer.
But I just want you guys to know, Jason Kiefer to my left, Andrew Pappas to my right.
I don't have anything.
I want you to know that I am prepared today, even though we are only 2 days away from the inauguration of Donald J Trump, President of the United States. I am prepared today to do this entire podcast and not talk about politics at all. That's how diverse I am. That's how flexible I am.
No.
That's what I bring to the table.
I could do this
entire show today and not talk politics.
This is like a swipe, isn't it? It's like a sideways swipe.
No, it's not a swipe. I'm just saying.
Like it's kind of a sideways swipe.
It's no swipe. I'm just saying.
Jason, I need a ruling here.
I think Pappas is actually having palpitations when you say that. He's like, oh, well, fuck, why am I here?
What are we going to talk about? Cooking?
Oh, no, we got other shit.
I've got some new muffin recipes.
You want to talk about you want to talk about
little gardening?
You want to talk about masculinity or the lack thereov?
Well, for instance,
ergo your phone.
Let me give you a for instance.
Your phone screensaver.
And Keith, I think I think I'm on to something here when it comes to figuring out our buddy over here to the far right. Okay, I think I've hit on something. There is a new medical study that has come out, and it is an extensive medical study. 42,000 adults took part in this medical study. And here is the key finding. Study links social media use to rising irritability levels in adults.
What? I wasn't listening.
So I think that explains a lot about Pappas over here.
Dude, shut up.
I remember the day when Facebook went down.
Nicely played.
And he was having an absolute fit.
What do you mean Facebook? What day was that?
What day was that? You've erased it from your memory.
Wait, are you talking about when my account got shut down?
Yeah. How much time do you spend on social media? A hell of a lot.
About 10 minutes a day.
10 minutes a day, my ass.
Yeah, I'm throwing a fucking flag there. There's your ruling. I know it's more than fucking 10 minutes a day, buddy.
And who
I love it. I love your content.
Who do you know? No,
you can't have both.
Who do you know that's more irritable than this guy?
Oh yeah, he is an angry elf.
Why? You know what? I disagree. And
right there, you see the research: 42,000 adults.
What's your source? I mean, what is this? Is this like SheLiving.com?
Right there. It says health news.
Epoch Times.
Is it Epic or Epoch?
I call it Epoch.
I like Epic.
I'm sure it's Epic. I'm sure it is.
Yeah.
Well, that's fine. Whatever. I mean, here, let's talk about cooking recipes. What else you want to talk about? You want to talk about traffic patterns? I mean, for God's sakes, this is Saturday before Inauguration Eve, which ranks right up there with Christmas Eve this year, which means
look who's getting irritable.
Just gonna be freaking giddy. I mean, giddy. There's a lot of people in this nation that are going to treat Monday as a high holiday, and not because of Martin Luther King Jr., rest his soul, but at the end of the day,
I'm in complete agreement.
At the end of the hey, 318's having a watch party over at 11 o'clock.
I will be there.
Yeah, there you go.
I'll be there right around noon,
and it's open to the public.
But no, with that, you've got a huge following, and I love it, and it's the followers that love to hate you.
Some of it is, and I
love that about.
Let me tell you something. So what I've realized lately, and I've known that there's a large contingent. Which is funny how I'm hateable, but whatever, because I'm so lovable. But at the end of the day, the funniest thing is, it's on the left and the right. I accept the people on the left. Like you saw that hag, Sassy in A-Town. She was saying I have a urological problem. These women cannot get my nether regions out of their minds. I'm like, look, don't be thinking about the unit, okay? Leave the unit alone.
So with that, for the listeners that don't know,
the Greek thunder.
Pappas lives on a corner.
The Greek thunder.
You've never used that line?
I have not, but
there you go. Feel free.
Zeus was the god of thunder. I mean, you haven't seen this guy.
Now you're calling Pappas.
Boom.
But Pappas lives on a corner, and he spray painted or whatever he did with Trump.
It's
2025
environmentally approved dye.
Okay, fair enough.
We should have a picture of that. We can.
Well,
I
I mean, it would
show
take
that.
too long. It'd
I
take
should
too
have.
long.
I should have pulled it, but
out in front of the Pappas.
but he's
estate.
got some haters in his neighborhood, so he just decided to put that. Well, then she posted that if you're peeing red, you need to go see a urologist. Which I was like, oh, great comeback. That's
and then our
awesome.
buddy Jeff Tukey did something similar. Did you see that?
No, I
Yes.
didn't see
Yeah.
what Suki do. What's
He
I'll get that picture. Hold
do
on.
you have that picture?
Yeah,
that picture
He
you
wanted
have
me
no-
to fly my drone.
I told him. I said call Kiefer and get him out there with his drone and get some footage of that.
So let me get this straight.
But our buddy Brad Allison had a drone, and
Suki's
so
picture,
he
you have
got
no problem pulling up.
I'll
My
pull
picture,
yours up too, motherfucker.
That's all right. I'm not hurt. I just
Oh yeah, well,
let's just. I
it's-
want equal treatment.
I'm not hurt,
but
my one feeling is a little bit. Down.
well, I think my comeback was better than her retort. I thought my retort to her statement was better.
The effect was particularly
she's an
pronounced on specific platforms. For instance, TikTok users
Tiki-Tok.
who engaged with the platform most of the day showed a 1.69 point increase in irritability score, while frequent Facebook users showed a 1.40 point increase in irritability.
Well, I don't have TikTok.
which we're going to get into.
Neither do I.
Yeah. So why am I angry?
Well,
Hold
you,
on.
you,
Hold
you,
on a second. Let me check my Facebook.
But see, here's the thing: is I'm trying. Oh, there it is.
So, look, regular viewers of the One More and I'm Out of Here podcast may notice we've got some new accoutrement up here today.
Oh, whoa, Mr.
Brought
Culture
brought
himself.
in by Andrew Pappas. Would you care to explain
That is Trump Elf.
the one I'm pointing to
That
right
is
here?
Trump Elf.
Trump Elf.
You know, it's funny. It took me that long to scroll back through his Facebook post to grab this picture. Just FYI.
What are you saying?
What's the origin of the Trump Elf? Give us a little history
Well, you've
lesson.
heard of Elf on the Shelf.
Yes, I have.
Well, that's Trump on a stump.
Trump on it. That's good.
So that was
There's also Mensch on a Bench. Have you heard about that?
I haven't heard Mensch on a bench.
Mensch on a Bench is good.
And so
I talked to the guy that created that.
That
Very clever.
is to put out. So you just put it out instead of Elf on the Shelf.
But suitable for any time of year.
Well, it's going to DC with me, and there might be some pictures taken on the mall. With
All right.
Trump Elf.
How about the bobblehead?
Well, bobblehead was a gift. Someone got it for me.
Okay.
But I don't want to travel with that. You know, the TSA.
You got 45 painted on this side.
That was
of the hat.
that was from the last
I
election.
know. Somewhere on there you're going to put a 47.
I'm gonna buy one. Maybe when I'm in DC at one of the vendors,
You
I
think?
will purchase one for $120.
That's a nice bobblehead, though.
Thank you.
I like that.
That's what she said.
You're so dumb. Keep on talking amongst yourselves for a second.
I cut
That's
it
what she
back.
said.
I don't say it as much as I used to, but they're still well timed.
All right, Mr. Irritability.
Listen, let me tell you something. And you know why I'm irritable? Because I flicked on the news today, and we'll get to this in the show. And here it is, probably the high holidays of high holidays, going into a holy weekend for those of us political aficionados that were looking forward to this day with great anticipation. And Fox News is showing Hagfest 2.0 or Sore Loser Fair, whichever it is. And I'm pissed off because I lost a prime business opportunity. I was going to go there and set up I could sell deodorant there because there wasn't a stick of deodorant from the whole crowd.
There's a lot of need for that.
There's a lot of need for that in that crowd. And I was also going to probably.
Well, really, any personal hygiene item.
Let's focus on deodorant and probably hair removal products.
Here, real quick,
from their
let
underarms.
me throw this on there. So here's Pappas's yard. Trump 47.
Beautiful.
And that his neighbors didn't like.
No. Well, let's be fair. Most
one
of the neighbors,
neighbor.
one or two.
The whole neighborhood sees that when they drive.
Remember
by.
the one lady that would yell "Evil be gone" every time she saw a Trump sign that lives in my neighborhood? I haven't seen her in a while. I don't think she's doing well.
So he had the wherewithal to do that, which I loved. When I saw it on Facebook, I giggled like,
"Oh, I thought I'm on there too much."
You are.
I guess I'm not.
And here's what our buddy Jeff Tukey did.
Only slightly outdone.
Wait! I can't see it. It's too small.
It is. It's a little small.
Well, wait for it there. So to put it in perspective,
Is that like on his roof?
no.
No, that's out at the soccer fields down there on Kellogg Avenue.
Oh, he did it on public
Yes.
property.
Those
Oh, shit.
he said those letters are like 25 feet high.
Yes.
Well, I salute him because.
So the roads,
Yeah.
for perspective, are 2 lanes, 8 foot each. So this is a drone photo.
Yeah.
He called me when I was at work the other
That
day.
particular photo doesn't really give you the proper perspective.
It doesn't.
Did that go viral? Did that make news? It should. Because I mean,
It
I salute
should.
him. I salute him. And you know
That
what?
is awesome.
I'd like to, because Jeff is a neighbor, so I'd like to know where the hell you got the idea and why didn't I get credit for it? That's okay.
And the thing is, it's in the landing pattern at Lunken Airport.
Oh, yeah. Well,
so every jet, every aircraft that comes in and out of Lunken Airport sees it.
So you know that where his place
That's
is
beautiful.
right there on Kellogg, right?
Yeah.
So on his roof, I think is still painted something about Biden.
I know he had something Trump. He had something
Yeah,
Trump
and then
up there.
he changed it
'cause
to something F Biden.
I took video of it when I was in the chopper back then.
Pretty sure Chopper Dave. I'm
Chopper
pretty
Dan.
sure
Chopper Dan.
Dave works better. I'm pretty sure it worked. It was
What is Chopper Dave?
well, there's like, they always say go to Chopper Dave and Sky News.
No, it's not
always,
Chopper Dave. It's Chopper. I'm Chopper Dan.
Chopper
No,
Dave.
Chopper Dave works for every other news agency. But anyway, he changed it. I think it said F Biden after Trump lost.
I think it did too.
I think that's what it was. Yeah. Our buddy Jeff doesn't give a shit about anything. Literally,
No,
doesn't give a shit about anything.
Tukey, I thought marriage would mellow him, and it hasn't.
It's actually like throwing gasoline on the fire.
He is he makes me look sane. He is a character.
We're seeing a whole nother side of Jeff Tukey.
And the two of us in the same neighborhood is quite frightening.
I'm gonna turn that light up a little bit.
Good
Ooh,
Tukey.
hey, hello.
That guy's a piece of work, isn't he?
He's good. He's a good dude.
He is a piece of work. I love that guy.
But yeah, so he calls me, and I was out on a run, so I get back. I see a text. Hey, call me when you get a chance. So I call me. He's like, hey, it's handled. Never mind. I'm like, it's scary when you call me and say that, and I call you back and you say it's handled. That scares the shit out of me, Jeff. He goes, no, I needed a drone thrown up in the air to take a picture. I'm sending it to you right now. And he said, I was like, dude, that is absolutely phenomenal.
Flying
awesome.
a drone down there is pretty sketchy, isn't it?
Yeah.
You gotta go
it's
really quick.
it's illegal as fuck.
That's what I thought, because that's
It's-
like right there in the.
Yeah.
Well, if you communicate with the tower,
I don't know the rules.
Well, I'm pretty sure that whoever flew the drone did not get a waiver from the tower, because that's a whole process. Like you have to
you got to talk to the tower. You got to tell them when, where, how.
you have
high
to
you're
file.
gonna
You have to
yeah.
file shit. It's not just
if you're in proximity to an airport.
I'm not just going to call Lunken's air traffic control and be like, hey, I'm just going to be up in the air for a second.
You don't mind.
Yeah. No, you
No.
got to.
Especially what happened out there in California with that firefighting plane that got hit.
Oh yeah, which we'll get into some of that as well. At least with the firefighters in LA.
Well,
but
it's amazing how much dirty laundry is coming out about the LA Fire Department, though.
oh yeah.
I mean, what a shit show out there. An absolute shit show.
Well, we're not there yet, Dan. So
okay. I'm just saying.
So don't
got to
roll in.
segue a different
That's
segue.
right.
Don't take
But
the
let's talk about the title. The title of the show is TikTok on TikTok.
Tiki Talk.
Tiki Talk is
The clock is running.
Look, you're over a certain age, you're supposed to say Tiki Talk. Okay?
Is it?
It is.
Is that how that works? So I think I had this pulled up. Maybe it would probably be an ad. But it's sad.
All I can say about this is that I don't have a dog in this.
It's
fight.
gotta go in a
You don't have a dog on your phone either.
I do have the picture, but I
as
haven't posted it as wallpaper yet.
Let's take care of it.
a
Would you?
ruling from the U.S. Supreme
Dog is
Court on the
watching you. Your
popular
dog watches
app known
all.
as
He's a
TikTok.
good dog.
The good
The
dog.
He's a
Supreme
good dog.
Court upholds the law that was passed by Congress in a
buddy Bill
bipartisan
Hammer.
manner,
Fox News,
signed
Elder
into law
Grad.
by Joe Biden last April to find a new buyer within 270 days. The Supreme Court has now ruled that that law stands. What happens to the app, however, is a wide open question.
I'm not playing the whole thing, but
And this was a pretty momentous discussion. And in fact, we just heard from President-elect Trump through True Social that he spoke to President Xi this morning, of course, the president of China, which owns the TikTok app. And this did come up. We don't know what was discussed, but it did come up. Shannon Breen is our Fox News Sunday anchor and chief legal
so
correspondent.
neither one of you guys have TikTok,
Nope.
I do not.
and I get that, and it's fine.
Do you have it?
I do, and one more in out here has a. I don't post on it much, and I probably knowing that it was going to get fucking removed, I probably should have posted more. It may have helped us. I don't know, but I mean, we try to be on all the social platforms to try to get out there, and I just didn't post on it a bunch. Now I'd sit there and I pulled a lot of good videos for this podcast off of that.
From Tiki Talk?
It made it very, very simple. I'm not upset that it's going away. I see both sides of it. But watching some of these fucking clowns that have become what they call viral content creators, that I mean, they literally are going to lose a shit ton of money. a shit ton. Like some of these people make millions of dollars
On TikTok?
on TikTok
Doing what?
because of their following. And
what are they doing?
They post shit. They post shit just like you do on Facebook. I mean, it's the same shit.
You mean I'm losing out on millions of dollars?
Yeah,
Is that what you're telling me?
you potentially were. Damn.
But the thing is, you need to put stuff out there, that people want to watch, people want to look at.
Well, apparently,
That's-
I have 5,000 followers and they want to watch my shit. So, buzz off.
they want to watch my shit.
I'm looking at this guy. Speaking of,
I don't think 5,000 gets you paid though.
this guy. I use Facebook for a lot of reasons, but like, look at this. This guy made a 15-foot, $1 million bronze statue of Donald J Trump. Look how cool it is. Look at the size.
That
of
is
thing.
awesome, man.
And it's going to be on tour around the
I didn't know
US
Trump was
before-
that tall.
Neither did I.
Fuck.
But I mean, look at it. Look at it. See, I use it for. I mean, I used to use X, formerly Twitter, because the news is instant, right? You get news so much faster, right, when it's happening. I use now Facebook for healthy recipes.
Yeah, I'm sure that's it. I'm trying to
Do you
figure it out.
do you think Bill Hemmer has trouble dating, or do you think he's got?
Oh, absolutely not.
I mean, because he is smooth on the TV. He is.
Bill Hemmer does a great job.
He does a great job.
The guy's been living the dream for the last
15 years,
20 plus years.
Yeah.
At
Well, he's not
Fo-
that
at
old.
Fox
He's young.
News.
He's young.
He's pushing 60 right now. I know, right?
Bill Hemmer is not 60.
He's close to it.
No way.
Yes, he is.
Oh, I gotta look this up.
Yes, he is.
I
Hold
gotta
on.
look
I
this
don't
up.
believe that.
He's Tom Brenneman's age.
There's no way Bill Hemmer's my age. It's just not possible. He looks so much younger.
I'm not saying he's 60. I'm saying he's close to it.
Do you think he like had work done?
No, guy just. I mean, look,
Just
you make
age
that
is
kind of money, you can eat healthy, you can live
Holy
right.
shit! He's 60 years old.
What did I say? You doubted me.
I did.
Rush Limbaugh used to say, "Don't doubt me."
Don't doubt me. He had work done. There's no way
I don't think he has.
he's had work done.
I don't.
Oh,
I,
I'm sure
I,
every one of those motherfuckers on Fox.
if
has
I had to
work
wager,
done.
I would say Bill Hemmer's not.
Dude, there's
had any
no
work
way
done.
he looks 60 years old. Whatever.
Guy takes care of himself.
I guess
He's got the money.
I guess.
When you make that kind of jack, you can afford to take care of yourself.
maybe if someone takes care of you. with
I
that
don't
kind
think
of
he
money.
has kids.
No.
He's not married.
Yeah.
I mean, that the kind of shit keeps you young. Right?
Is it?
Dan's walking
I mean, that's
Dan's walking a fine line.
I'm just
here.
saying.
Dan's like, he's not married, so there's no stress in his life, and he's. You got to go home after this.
Look,
don't
look.
you?
I mean, my wif's doing it. She's right now.
She's
so
not listening.
hearing this.
I thought I pulled this video,
We'll
but
send it to her later.
I can't
She
find it.
knows,
But,
she knows I love her.
but the story with this TikTok is these influencers are losing their fucking minds.
Well, here's the
There's
deal.
so many videos of these people crying
Yeah.
because the government, and the way I put it in the
Thanks,
description. Are you going to keep talking over me or
I'm
what?
responding to fans.
Okay, well,
Okay.
wait your turn.
Show fans.
Wait your turn. But my question is, and you guys don't, neither one of you have it, but I mean, is it government overreach?
Yes.
Because now here we are, almost like China, in the fact that you cannot look at that. I see both sides of it.
You're exactly. It's a conundrum,
Yes.
which is a big word. But I don't really appreciate the fact that the government is banning it as a policy from the government telling you what you can do. That to me, that seems like an overreach. I think they were within their rights to say, no government phones and no government employees
Sure.
because the data is mined and goes directly back to communist China. But, what is the, I don't, you tell me, what is the danger of, some of these, and most of the videos that I've seen from TikTok are just useless. I mean, it's just, stupid shit. Right. And so China has it, big deal. I don't know. I don't like the fact that it's coming from the government. I'm fully on board with parents telling their kids don't have this shit.
Yes,
I'm fine with that.
That's a whole different
It's
thing.
a whole different story. But you raise a great point, and I agree that even though the Chai comes, put it this way. So let me get this straight. So the Chinese can come to the United States and buy farmland in the United States. Chinese can come buy land near Air Force bases and military bases, but you
Yes.
can't have TikTok. Great.
Right.
And that makes perfect sense.
We can also be okay with spy balloons.
Spy balloons, yeah.
And fucking drones.
What about the drones?
Flying over the
And
country.
whatever. And guess what? The drones
Hey,
went
let me-
away because there were fires set.
You know what? You raise another great point because DJI and I guess most drone companies are based in China, come
Yeah.
from China, right?
Yep.
And so you tell me I don't have the service, but I'm pretty sure they have access to every video you ever record with a drone because it downloads or you use the website to get it to your cell
Yep.
phone.
There's an app that you use.
Right.
Yes.
So that app is mining that data and they're probably looking at all the footage saying, what do we want to see? What don't we
Yes.
want to see?
And we have a ton of government entities that are using DJI platform.
Correct. That's kind of a
Mine
problem.
being one of them.
That's a problem.
Yes, I completely
I think
agree.
that's a lot bigger problem than TikTok.
TikTok. No, you're right. Because man, I was getting a lot of good fucking
Actually sounds funnier.
barbecue smoking recipes off that platform.
TikTok?
Yes.
All kinds of shit on there.
I thought you're on Pinterest.
Let's see. No.
But I just think there's got to be a more substantive way to deal with the threat vectors that come out of China into our country. Shutting down or saying you can't have a particular platform, especially on behalf of the government. We have. I think this is a clear infringement of First Amendment rights, and I don't know why the Supreme Court didn't see it that way.
I didn't read it. Did you read the ruling?
No, I did not read the ruling, but the Supreme Court is
They do some weird stuff.
yeah.
It is odd. I mean, I don't know if it's First Amendment.
Well, they're ruling?
Well, I think when you have a government entity looking to shut down a particular platform, I think you do get into First Amendment territory.
Okay, and it's the
idea
question.
that there should be that
What was their logic?
if it's going to be in America, it should be under American ownership.
What was their logic though in shutting it down?
I
That's
don't
what
know.
I'd like to see.
I didn't read that much
And
into it.
where it broke. I'd like to see where did John Roberts vote? That's really what I want to say.
Yeah.
Because that guy kind of pissed me off with the whole Obamacare.
Like I
shit.
said, I don't have a dog in the fight, so I'm not that
Well, we can open you up a TikTok
I'm not
account.
that worried about it.
Let me tell you. Here's my prediction.
But I don't like the government coming in
Nothing
and
will be
having a
done.
hand in.
Nothing's going to be done.
Well, I think Trump wants to work out a deal.
He does.
He didn't want it shut down because he got a lot of mileage out of TikTok in the election.
And
so
Biden didn't want to shut it
so
down
he doesn't
either. Biden, even though he's
Trump
signed
doesn't
the
want to
bill.
alienate all those people
Right.
that
Voting bloc. Right.
yeah that supported him.
Right.
But I think there's a better way to deal with this than just the heavy hand of government saying that we're going to shut it down.
Well, listen, I think I'll wait on bigger fish to fry. I mean, to me, since Dan and I don't have it, we're not going to be as upset as Jason, who's apparently losing sleep. But at the end of the day, I don't think anything's going to happen. They're going to, they'll beat their chest and say, we tried to do it, but too many people wanted it and we can't do it and blah, 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 blah.
Well,
blah.
yeah, and they were working on if it was sold to Americans, then it was okay. Right. So like Kevin O'Leary, that Mr. Beast, I know we're trying to get in on it, but it says at issue was the Protecting Americans from Foreign Adversary Controlled Applications Act. Law passed by Congress last April with a wide bipartisan support.
What's the difference between what TikTok's doing? Facebook sells your data to the Chinese. They may
Correct.
not mine it. China's not mining it directly, but guess what?
And that's what Deadleg said in the
Facebook
comments.
is selling your data to the Chinese. So
What's
what difference does it make?
What's the difference between Meta data farming and TikTok data farming?
Well, that's just it. I mean, chances are,
I agree. I
we've
completely
got cell
agree.
phones that are made in China. These laptop computers that Jason and I have in front of us are probably made in China.
Yeah, if you don't
The
think you're being
television
watched,
right up there is made in China.
Yep.
This microphone, for all I know, is made in China.
I can't see that.
There might be a chip in there that's piping my voice right back to fucking Kung Pao University
to
right
the,
now.
to
I
the
mean,
Wuhan.
yeah,
Some young.
so some young guy is.
And now there's cream involved. Now there's cream involved.
I do enjoy Chinese takeout, though. I will admit that.
God.
But
I
yeah,
always go there. I
Don't
always
get me
get
hungry.
the.
I'm on a diet. Let's not go into Chinese food.
I always get the chicken on a stick,
Dude,
the teriyaki chicken,
some Ting Wong.
and there's
I'm out. I mean, come on.
And then I always eat those in the car on the way back.
You're
driving,
still going on with the food.
driving from the
He doesn't
takeout
stop. I mean, you know that.
to back home. I'm just saying.
He's like the dog Snots in Christmas Vacation.
Do you want to hear a
You might as
conundrum?
well just let him go.
Do you want to hear
Finish.
Do you want to hear a
Does that have anything to do
a
with food?
difficulty that I had last night?
Yeah, sure.
All right.
Well, wait a second.
Not- well, not-
how
not-
late last night?
This was last night.
Was it in your house?
No, my wife and I went out to eat at a restaurant that we like, and I'm not going to say the name of it.
Okay.
So we're eating, and I'm about 3 Sam Adams in, and it's a couple of ice waters. It's time to go take a leak. I walk into the men's room, and there's only one urinal, and they're on the floor. I mean, the floor is just slathered with urine. I mean, not like just a little, but I mean, it's wet. It's like urine layered on top
Jesus
of urine.
Christ. Where's this going?
Well,
That's kind of gross.
The thing is, I was like, I gotta pee, but do I want to stand in someone else's urine
No.
and let that get on the bottom of my shoes, and then
track
I'm
it
gonna
back out
walk
to
into
your
the
table.
house later?
Yeah, or the table, and you're sitting there thinking about it. What'd you do? You peed in the sink.
No, I did not pee in the sink.
Should have peed in the sink. Peed on the floor.
No, I went
You went in the ladies'
I
bathroom.
went ahead and peed, remembering that there's snow on the ground outside.
Tippy toe,
So when I got out of the restaurant,
You
I walked
trudged.
around in the snow for a while
leaving yellow footprints.
to clean off the bottom of my shoes.
Yellow footprints.
But I mean, it was very disappointing.
Look, that's a reflection on the restaurant. And I realize
Yeah.
that, and part of the problem probably is they barely can hire enough help to run the food portion of it, and
Yes.
the bathroom portion comes at
Cleanliness
the end of the day,
takes a back seat in some instances.
if at all. And that's sad. And I agree with you. Don't say the name of the place or did you bring it up to him, or did you not say a thing and just quietly leave?
I told one of there was a bus boy that was on the way out. I said that needs to be cleaned up in there.
El baño necesito limpiado. Mucho.
There you go.
See,
Mucho.
it's a little Hispania there.
A little Espanol for our Spanish listening audience.
You the employees you had to,
Oh man,
to learn a little bit of that.
I was bilingual, trilingual. Yeah, I speak a lot of languages. Language of love.
Fucking Will Cray. I've been knee deep in sanitary sewers and piss all over the floor in a bathroom is so gross.
Knee deep. Knee deep. Wow.
Yeah, that's his job.
I mean, I hated that
And
I
he-
was
and
in
he's
that
good at it.
position, but I had to take a leak.
Did you
know?
go finish your food?
I was done eating at that point.
Dude,
I had already consumed my my New York strip steak. So
Oh, well, we're narrowing down the locale here pretty quick.
All right, so you sent me this one. So I don't know where we're going.
Oh, okay.
I don't know where we're going from here. So if
this
you want to
is
set this up.
a lot of hearings on Capitol Hill this past week, and a couple of my favorites. I like Pam Bondi as she's going to be the Attorney General. She was Attorney General in Florida. There's some minor issues there with some of the things she's done on the Second Amendment, and then the Trayvon Martin case. I read a couple of narratives about that where she was really pushing that prosecution hard. What was the guy that they tried to say was a vigilante in the Trayvon Martin case? Remember his name?
Oh shit.
And yeah, I mean, and then of course, I mean, when it was all said and done, they found out that Trayvon Martin was the aggressor there, and the other guy happened to be armed and
yeah, but
did
that other
what he
guy
should have
stayed
done.
in the news over
Yeah.
history. I mean, I can't remember his name.
So there was and I didn't research it enough to know that whether or not she was really on the wrong side of it. But Pam Bondi was really good, I think. But my favorite of the week,
George
was
Zimmerman.
George Zimmerman.
Zimmerman. That's it.
And Jill, literally at the same time, Jill just posted George Zimmerman.
But
Good work.
I think my favorite of the week was Christy Nome.
Christy Nome.
Oh, my favorite was fucking Hegseth all day.
Hegseth was awesome.
All day long. That's the first confirmation hearing I watched from start to finish.
Yeah, Hegseth.
And-
But we talked about Hegseth already.
I know. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
Well, just saying on favorite ones so far.
But,
I would say Hegseth too.
Just want to give you a little taste here of Christy Nome, especially responding to some hardcore leftist senator. I believe this guy's from California. I may be mistaken, but he's a big time leftist. His name is Kim.
I guess I'm uncertain about roles and responsibilities regarding your position and Tom Homan's. I guess I just want to ask you just point blank, like, who's going to be in charge of the border?
Well, the president will be in charge of the border. It's a national security
Look at
issue,
her.
and the president is
Settle
in
down.
charge of this country and has made a promise to the American people, and we will fulfill his agenda.
Well, that's
makeup's a little thick.
that was a good answer. It's the answer I would have given as well. I guess I'm uncertain.
So she shut that
about-
dude right up. Here he is. He's trying. Look what he's doing. He's saying, "Who's going to be in charge here? Is it you or Tom Homan?" So what's he trying to do? He's trying to put a crowbar in between her and Tom Homan, drive a wedge in there, and create what? Create some kind of rift that she's going to throw Tom Homan under the bus, or she says I'm in charge, or something like that. But she didn't take the bait. She put it right back. She put it right back in his face so good that he said, "Well, that's a good answer. That's what I would have said." At that point, that guy just needs to shut up and say,
They can't shut up, though. This is their opportunity
I know.
for fame.
I don't know what he
to-
said after that, but he just said, "I yield back," because he was pretty much,
Well, it's the same thing.
he had his nuts cut off. At
It's
that
the same
point.
thing that happened with Bondi, though, with Schiff and the other dude from California,
Yeah.
where they're like, "Are you going to investigate, the special prosecutor, what?" And going on, and she was like, "I haven't looked at any of this yet." She goes, "You have been a long-standing attorney, and know better that it would be irresponsible for me to make a statement without looking and shut them the fuck down." I saw clips of hers. I didn't get to watch all of it. And I think she highlighted a bunch, but I think there were some things she floundered on, a couple things, just the way, but nobody wins.
Nobody wins.
Nobody wins in a confirmation hearing.
No.
And like we said, the last podcast,
And I say Christy Nome wins there.
the fucking Hegseth,
And she didn't have to say anything
for that one. But how many times was she talked over and fucking shushed and, I only have 7 minutes.
Oh, Bondi.
Well,
All
all of them. It happens in every fucking one.
when those
It's like this podcast. You
when
get
they're
talked
not getting
over
their
all the
way-
time.
When they're not getting their way, they want to shut you up.
Well, you know what? Probably the most apparent thing about this confirmation hearings, at least what I've noticed so far, the competence of the confirmers, is staggering. These
Yes.
people know their shit. They're competent. They're educated. They're sharp. They were not chosen because they tick a box here and the guy's not wearing a dress or whatever. This is not a diversion or a diversity festival. This is a competence festival, and that is jumping out at me. They're all answering the questions very well, keeping their cool, not getting tripped up, and sticking to the facts. And the Democrats, in my mind, my very impartial mind, look like a bunch of tools.
It's serious business, and these Democrats just want to make it more theater than anything else.
I told you the Democrats the last 4 years have been able to maintain a very low profile because they haven't had to be the assholes. Now they reverting back to their just true form, and they're very good at it because it's innate in their psyche. They're assholes, and that's what they get to be, and they get to try to just be publicly rude. I mean, Dick Blumenthal talking about honesty. Are you kidding me?
Oh
Is
my
there
God.
any more irony than that? We talked about it before, but the more you dwell on it, the guy never left the continent of the United States, and he said he served in Vietnam multiple times. I'm sorry, I bang on the table.
Please stop doing
But I mean,
that.
he's telling me
Please stop doing
that
that.
guy's telling me about honesty. I mean, come on, spare me, would you?
Yeah, you're not it, bro. You're not it.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Shut up.
I'm trying to go through and see what else we got.
The other thing outline. I'm checking the forecast. Man, it's gonna be cold.
It is
next
going to be
week.
cold. So
You guys
Well,
need
that's
to
why they're
follow.
moving the inauguration indoors. And then I saw some
Remind me
people
about that
today.
again. Food and moving the inauguration.
I saw some people on today who were essentially saying that Trump was a pussy because he didn't want to be outside in the
Okay.
cold weather.
Listen,
And they were saying, well, Obama was out there. Obama was out there in the cold weather.
here's
Bill Clinton was out there when it was cold.
here's my
I mean,
take on the whole moving of the inauguration.
he
All
has
I-
no control over that, regardless.
Well,
Trump is so old he can't stand out in the cold weather for an hour.
Is
oh
it-
my God.
listen, as upset I am, I'm not going to be able to stand there and see it first with my own eyes in person. Is it
Thought
more?
you had like a ticket.
Yeah, we all do. We all did. We have a ticket for a seat in the garden outside, whatever you call it, the rotunda outside. I don't have a seat ticket for anything else. My ticket I can do something with that I could say, but I don't want to say. Here's the deal. because I want the ticket. I want to put a magnet on it. But anyway, here's the deal. Is it worth it? I mean, safety comes first. So think about that. I mean, is it worth it for Trump to try to say, first of all, his life's been attempted at least twice that we know of, probably more.
Correct.
Bullet did go through his ear. Is it worth it to say, yeah, I'm going to fricking be a badass and say, screw the weather. We're going to, and 22 degrees to me isn't that big of a deal. There's some dumb people in the world, and they'll probably come there with very small children or elderly folks that can't tolerate the cold very well. The gates open at 5:30 for security, or did. They were opening at 5:30. What time is the inauguration? 12. Do the math. You're standing outside in 22-degree weather.
6 fucking hours.
Yeah, that's a long time.
That's a long time.
And people are not particularly bright. So he made the call, or someone made the call, or the Secret Service made the call. I think at the end of the day, you're going to find out that it was either equally as much, if not more so, a security issue, and they just didn't feel comfortable enough that they could provide the security, so they stood down.
Yeah,
and that's fine.
And I think it's a good. I mean, I don't think it's a bad decision.
You know, like, ooh, look, he had it. He was outside, and then something bad happens. And they're like, and then the same people that are saying Trump's a pussy are gonna be saying he should have had it inside, and he shouldn't have gone outside and put all those people at risk. I mean, there's no winning with these clowns.
Let's just hypothetically say another shot was taken if he was outside, and then it's, well, I don't understand. They've had at least 2 attempts. Why didn't they move it inside? More security.
And speaking of the inauguration, so as I kind of had to get cut off earlier. So there is, I know. So there is, the inauguration's going on. Well, today there's a big, not big, I don't want to say big. Well, there's a gathering of big people. But
I don't have. Did you send me anything? Because I don't have anything on that.
I sent you the news story on it. So there's the Hagfest 2.0 going on today at the Lincoln Memorial in DC. That I was going to set up the thing and sell Ozempic and hair removal products and deodorant. I thought I could have really made a killing, but
you could have retired again.
Maybe toothpaste, but whatever. At the end of the day, here's the problem. I don't remember. Would our listeners refresh my memory? Not on January 6th. January 6th was a rally Trump called in D.C. But on January 19th, 4 years ago, or January 18th, 4 years ago, was there a big conservative gathering outside the Capitol on the mall to protest the election of Joe Biden?
Don't think so.
Nothing comes to my mind. Do you remember, Jason?
Is it this one? Is that what you sent me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, I mean, they had thousands. Fox News has been showing it all day. And I'm like, and guess what's back? You know what I thought I missed? Guess what they knitted more of? The little pink hats.
Oh,
the vagina hats.
The vagina hats. The vagina hats are back. I thought they were out of vogue, but now they're vogue again. So, and I saw that the, what's that group called? The Democrat group.
Flabians?
No, not the Flabians. Yeah.
Do the Flabians have a representative there?
I don't know.
Who gets that vote?
They showed the crowd, but there were so many women. I'm getting in so much trouble for this. There's so many women that looked like Flabians and could have very easily have been Flabians. I'm sure in their own neighborhood they're known as Flabians. But the deal is that where the hell was I going with this thought process?
Threw you off with Flabians.
You did. You threw me off completely. I just find it. Oh, the Occupy. Is it Occupy Democrats? What is it? There's a group. I can't remember what it's called. It's
Occupy Wall Street.
I know, but there's a group of Democrats. You know what they want everyone to do? If you don't like Trump, you know what you're supposed to do on Monday? Wear black. That's their deal. Wear black as a sign of protest and be out.
I don't give a shit.
My question is do tarps come in black? Because that's only what some of these people can wear. I mean, do they have muumuus in black? They have black muumuus. So I mean,
it's called black pool covers.
Well, that video,
it's like covering an above ground pool.
Can you buy a car cover in black, or are they only in silver? Maybe they can.
You want this video? I mean, it doesn't. To me, what this doesn't.
It's not that bad.
It's just pretty much just this guy.
Okay, all right. Well,
you know what I love?
And you get mad when I don't share shit that you send me.
No, I was just looking at because our buddy Zeke Arkham posted about the women who are wearing the hats, and Zeke writes this. So they're wearing the pink pussy hats again. Yeah. They didn't wear them to protect women in sports.
Oh, God.
They didn't wear them to send back illegals who sexually assaulted women.
Amen, brother.
They didn't wear them in support of Lake and Riley and other girls who were murdered by illegals. They didn't wear them to support Nancy Mace after she was attacked. They're all a bunch of hypocrites who want to selectively choose their outrage. Shameful. So there's our
something else that
there's our
jumped out
buddy
at me
Zeke
when you
weighing
watch
weighing on
I
that.
love
on
when
that.
you're watching the video of these people, these folks in DC. I've seen several "My Body, My Choice" sign. Let me ask you. That's an old one. Let me ask you a question. How many of those people you think were vaccinated? Like went for the government mandate vaccinate?
Oh God.
Then did they scream "My body, my choice" when they were told you have to get a vaccine to keep your job? Probably not.
Probably not.
You know,
I completely agree.
My
Find the
body,
irony.
my choice. I'm so sick of those fuckers.
Zeke had and this is a little bit off topic, but he had a great Instagram post talking about that one there,
Yeah, this gal.
talking about the LA fire assistant fire chief, and he's like he points to the back of his studio where he does it. He's got a bunch of challenge coins. He goes, "You see my challenge coins? I'm a first responder." He goes, "I'm a trained EMT, police officer, also trained in search and rescue," which where he works, they do things a little bit different. But he goes, "Anytime that I've ever saved anybody, they have not fucking told me to go back out and get somebody that looks like them to save them." And it was the greatest fucking retort to this bullshit. And all and we are finding more shit out about LAFD and the city of LA. Anyway, it's a shithole, period. But it's just crazy to me that we're at this point where all these people are they have to wear their pink pussy hats. And
I just find those hats. They crack me up. That's a disgusting picture. Please don't show that again.
please don't show that.
And the funny thing is they think they're clever. And I mean, if they want to show up again, first of all, there's no outside events. The parade was even canceled. Now here's my question. Think there's a lot of kids and school bands and that went there for the parade to be in the parade, and they're turning around and busting it on back home.
They're not going to go to the event at the whatever arena that is in DC.
Oh, they said they're going to, but that only holds 20,000 people. It's not like you can, open the door and let a whole street of parade in. So I don't know. And that is my other concern. And I'll put this out here. If I catch shit for it, that's fine. There is no real plan that I've seen established for how to decimate tickets to the center. So
David Jeff, I got it.
So people are just basically going to show up and get in line Monday morning, maybe as early as 1 a.m. Well, you know what that's going to turn into? I mean, that's going to be just a mob scene on its own. It only holds 20,000 people. You're going to have 200,000 show up for 20,000 tickets. That's not going to end well.
Right.
So, and it creates a traffic pattern, traffic hazard, and that's outside the secure area. So, I mean, you can't really secure it. At least I'm pretty sure it is. It's outside the existing or the old secure area. Maybe they'll make a new one around it. I'm not sure.
It's probably going to be bigger.
But I mean, here's the deal. That's just not safe. So I wish there was a better system. I realized they didn't have a lot of time to maybe figure this out, but hopefully they get it figured out here before Monday.
David J, I got your text. I'm not playing that video only because I don't agree with where it came from.
Well, yeah, the parade is going to go through the center. A-Town Natty
posted it. I don't like them, so I'm not playing it.
A-Town Natty said the parade will go through the center, but I don't know how it's going to do that.
I'll show you after.
You've got high school bands and countless. I mean, you had, how long was that parade? I've never seen it beginning then, but that one down Pennsylvania, that was a big parade.
It was fucking long, and it's as long as that was. What you got most out of it was the picture of that one Secret Service guy, like with the fake arm. Yeah, where they're showing like where he's got his arm in the coat, right, but that's a fake arm in the pocket. Right. That's what you saw mostly out of that fucking parade.
So whatever. I mean, we'll figure it out, but hopefully everything goes off without a hitch and everything's, it's the Congress will be in the rotunda. It's only going to be members of Congress and they'll do their deal and live stream it.
No, that's all right.
That's fine.
All counts the same.
Oh,
He's still president.
It all counts.
He will still
the same,
be president, and a lot of people are in DC right now. A lot of people are going to DC, and the lights are changing. And
I don't know what happened there.
Hopefully, everyone will have a good time and not be too upset the fact that they can't be outside. But the weather, like we talked about, the weather's going to be just
going to
brutal. And then next week here, it's going to be really bad.
All right.
Oh, it's gonna be fucking way cold. Well, I got your.
You said I'm only talking about politics. I'm talking about the weather now.
I know. Look at you.
Chopper Dave.
You're like Frank Marzullo. I don't know.
He's on vacation.
I got your Kid Rock thing. I'm just trying to figure out.
Oh, okay. Well, good. Yeah, hold on to that because I want to get into that.
Oh, you're going somewhere else. Okay.
No, no, but this is I'm leading into that. But
It's like a disco in here. We're going to be a disco.
No, I just wanted to comment on a couple of different stories that I think are being really wrongly reported in the news. And let me run a few headlines by you. Vivek Ramaswamy hits at bold next move after Senate snub. Trump 0 for 2 in Senate appointees since Election Day. So right now, there's yesterday, Mike DeWine named John Husted, the new senator from the state of Ohio, to take the place of J.D. Vance. I don't know. Andrew probably knows a lot more about Houston than I do, but I think he's going to be pretty solid. A lot of people were looking at this saying that, oh, it's going to be Vivek Ramaswamy. You know, he wants to be going in the Senate. I don't think Vivek wants to be the next senator. I think he's pretty dead set on being the Doge guy. I think he's going to make his mark there.
Yeah.
And then go on to do what, I mean, Vivek Ramaswamy is literally the poster guy for a guy that can do anything he wants to do.
It's a tall ask.
And he's already done it.
I think it's a tall ask to, first of all, the attitude of senators. The senators feel that they are, a special breed.
Yeah.
They almost look down on congressmen a little bit because they're like, oh, well, there's 435 of
We're the upper chamber.
We're the upper chamber.
The lower chamber.
Right. But that's a pretty tall ask to throw Vivek into that role with very little if any political experience. And let's not forget that Bernie Moreno just spent $500 million on his race, plus or minus.
Yeah.
So you're going to need someone that not only has a state, and Vivek has the name, I would say, but not nearly as much as maybe as John Husted, especially in political circles, and especially to the donor political class that are going to be giving big money or that will need to give big money for this race. Now, my concern here is in 2 years, I think the Democrats are going to trot right back out. I think they're going to give Sherrod Brown a 2-year vacation, and then they're going to bring Sherrod Brown right back into the mix and run him again for that seat. That's what I think they're going to do.
Well,
so you're going to need someone that's known Republican, known in office, statewide known name that can run, raise money, and defend that seat. And I think John will do a good job. Is any candidate perfect? Probably not. Everyone has their pluses and minuses. I know John not uber well, but I know him well enough. He's a pretty solid conservative. If I had a complaint, but it wasn't his job. I mean, was it John's job to stand up to Mike DeWine more as lieutenant governor? No, it really wasn't. Let me ask you this: was Mike Pence before January 6th? Was he standing up to Donald Trump very much, or was he just kind of a yes guy? He was a yes guy because that's the role of a vice president.
Yeah, sure it is. I think everyone understands that.
Well, that's also the role of the lieutenant governor.
Pretty much.
So I don't blame John for that. I wish he would have stood up a little bit more and been more vocal during the mandate. But that being it as is, John's a very sharp guy. He's got a solid family. He has, from what I've been able to see, good morals, and smart move for him. Go from lieutenant governor, slides right into the senator seat. And that's a pretty sweet gig.
Yeah, that's very sweet. And then the other one, and this story about Trump swinging and missing.
And Jill posted, but can John Husted rap Eminem's "Lose Yourself" like Vivek can? I don't think so.
Probably not.
This other story about Trump and that he's upset that I guess Laura Trump didn't get the nod in Florida. It comes from the New York Magazine.
Oh,
so it's a left wing rag, but
fucking rag.
It's become a left wing and a DNC talking point right now.
Right.
That Trump is already losing his moxie with the governor of Ohio and the governor of Florida because they didn't pick who he wanted to pick. I don't know that there was that strong of a push for Laura Trump to become the senator.
It didn't seem like
someone asked her about it. She said, "Hey, if it falls my way, I'd be interested in it." That doesn't mean that she was lobbying for it.
Right.
Doesn't mean that she was, that she was hanging her hat on that she had to have. I think Laura Trump's got plenty of other irons in the fire.
Right.
That her being the senator is not going to bother
I'd be
her
curious
one
to talk to my nephew who lives in Florida just to see if he saw a push down there. I mean, we're in Ohio. Yeah. It's national news. I get it. But locally, I'm curious because I didn't see a whole lot the talk was there, and then it just kind of.
But I think that attorney general, that female attorney general that DeSantis named in Florida, I think she's going to be really good too.
Listen, I mean, first of all, I didn't hear Trump say anything about it. I didn't know he tweeted something about Vivek, but let's be fair. People have asked me, where's Vivek for the last 2 months or maybe month? Vivek has disappeared. I mean, he was not in the news. I think he's happy. I think Dan's right. I think he's going to, put his teeth into this Doge office and make his name for himself. And then I've heard he's formed a committee to explore running for governor here in Ohio. That's what I've heard. And
I wouldn't be upset with that.
I don't think I would be either. Now, I can tell you there's a lot of guys with their hat in the ring already that will be upset about that.
Sure.
So the primary is going to turn out to be, pretty interesting. You're going to have,
you got to work for it then.
You do. You're going to have Dave Yost who thinks he should be it. You're going to have Frank LaRose, who probably thinks he should have a shot at it. You're going to have a couple others that definitely want to put their name in the ring and think they're going to have a shot at it.
But I think they're going to have to pull up their fucking bootstraps to fucking beat Vivek.
Right.
Just with the popularity that he has.
There are a few
right, wrong, or indifferent.
You could be right.
There are a few things that upset the political class more than when you interrupt that
secession,
perceived line of secession. Right.
You're absolutely right.
I've been here. I put my time in. This is my place in line.
Well,
Yost gets to go first, and then Rose after that.
But fuck that. That's not the way. It's not the way it should.
I know.
be.
I'm not saying it should, but I think that's the way a lot of people look at it.
Well, you could say that.
Ruffle the feathers. Is what
I mean, look at Hillary Clinton. When
JD Vance upset the apple cart.
Yes,
he did.
Did.
JD Vance came from out of nowhere. All right, and won that seat. Okay,
and makes
and
me
now
super
look
happy.
where JD Vance is.
Yeah.
And you know what? He had no political background. And I remember he came and spoke not too terribly long ago to our East Side Republican Club. And, and here he is a very, very short time later. And I'm speaking like a period of maybe 4 years or less. And now he's the sitting vice president of the United States. I think that's cool as shit.
Yes.
So I have no problem with it either. I think a little fresh blood, fresh meat into the system is refreshing.
Yeah. But all I'm saying on these stories is that the way they're being reported is that that Trump is somehow bent out of shape. And again, there's supposed to be all this trouble now because Trump didn't get his way on these senators. Don't believe a word of it. The other story that I find interesting that's being reported a lot is because Michelle Obama is not going to go to the inauguration. And somehow us mega people,
Mike Obama.
Yeah, Big Mike. Us mega supporters are somehow.
Are you going to show the picture?
Upset about that, or somehow we've got to be in our bonnet that Michelle Obama is not going to attend the inauguration. I couldn't give a shit.
I could care less
if she doesn't show up. But somehow, if you listen to MSNBC, did a big segment on this the other day about how bent out of shape we are because Big Mike is not going to show her ugly fucking face.
I fucking love that.
I don't care.
Did you see? You didn't show him the picture.
Which picture
of Michelle and Barack that he just tweeted like a couple of days ago?
No, I don't follow your Twitter.
He was well, it was on Tik Tok. I thought you might have seen it, but I mean that was quite a picture. Quite a picture.
Describe it. Describe it for the audio listeners.
Manly.
Paint the picture. Come on.
Manly.
Use your words.
Huge arms,
Harambe.
shoulders.
Harambe.
Possibly.
Harambe big.
Possibly an Adam's apple. I'm not sure.
Oh my God. So anyway, much like our friend Andrew Pappas, who's going to be at the inaugural ceremonies, Kid Rock is going to be there too.
Woo!
And this subject, he was on last night.
Pulled up the wrong one.
And the subject of Michelle Obama showing up or not showing up at the inauguration came up. And here's what Kid Rock had to say about it to Jesse Waters.
Sorry, I was going through the tabs and fucked it up.
That's all right. I
Shocker.
saw you had it there for a second.
Shocker.
Here we go. Kid Rock.
Inauguration? No, I was actually listening to your show a little bit before I got in the truck here, and I heard Michelle Obama's not attending. I would kindly remind her that years back, when Obama was first elected, I did not vote for him, but they asked me to play the inauguration, and I played it, and I went. had a good time. I went for out of respect to the presidency, so I would kindly remind Mr. Michelle about that.
I forgot about that, and that's cool because it's really not about the politics; it's about the office, and you got to respect it. Why isn't Michelle attending? All the other first ladies are.
I don't know. She seems a little angry.
Actually, that's not true.
Wow.
She seems a little angry.
You can't say something nice.
Yeah.
So Kid Rock wanted to do something more than just say she seems a little angry.
Oh.
Well, I love his jacket, first of all, because that game's tonight.
Yes.
So we'll be watching the Lions, and I'm pulling for the Lions.
I pull for the Lions as
I
well.
think they might go to the Super
But all
Bowl.
that, all that crap about respecting the presidency
I don't think Barbara Bush is going. I don't think the Bushes are going to the inauguration. I saw
no,
somewhere.
George W. is going.
I don't think.
Well, I saw a
that-
list today.
You did?
Yeah.
Was Barbara on it?
I think she's going to be there too.
Did you get it from a Secret Service?
But I mean, who cares? If W doesn't show up, I don't care. If
don't care
Obama
either.
doesn't show up, if Hillary Clinton does, I don't get. Nancy Pelosi's not going to be there.
Nancy's not going to the inauguration.
I don't care.
She
There's
got
a whole
broken
bunch.
hip and shit.
Yeah, well, there's a whole bunch
Well,
of.
she used a walker to go in the Capitol,
Yeah.
so she can walk her ass back into the other Capitol.
Well, they won't let her husband in with the love hammer either. So
Love hammer. The love hammer.
that's why she's not going. If he can't come in, I'm not coming in.
But I don't care if Dick Blumenthal doesn't go. I couldn't care less.
How many other random names are you going to?
The only one that I
you
care
said
about.
Barbara Bush.
The
Did I
only
say Barbara Bush?
Did you? Was she?
Did I say Barbara?
She's
Bush?
not going for good reason.
No, I didn't say Barbara Bush.
No, it's
Did I?
Laura.
Somebody
Bush.
said
Laura
Bar-
Bush.
Somebody
Did I say-
said Barbara
Did you say
I
Barbara?
might have said Barbara Bush.
because Jill goes, isn't Barbara like 90?
I
Question
think-
mark.
She's dead.
I
She's
think
dead.
she
for a long
passed
time.
away. God rest her soul. She was a nice lady.
I thought
She
I heard
died
it, but
before George died, didn't she?
I
think she did.
Possible.
No,
Yeah.
I think she did.
I think she went after.
So anyway, you're exactly right.
Doesn't matter.
Nobody on our side of the aisle that I know of cares two bits about who passed even presidents for
I don't
that
care.
matter. I don't care. You're not going to steal anyone's thunder, and if you go or don't go, that's your personal opinion. And if Michelle Obama doesn't want to go for whatever reason, I don't care. Have
Yeah.
a nice
Doesn't bother me
life.
one bit.
Show up or don't.
Don't, no big deal. But the press, I've noticed. And how long before you think? So,
This one's going to go long, and I'm okay with it.
okay, how long do you think that before we're going to see? I think the press will be almost fairly moderately agnostic towards Trump for just a little while, and then it'll just be Trump sucks 24/7. I think within, probably by the end of the month for sure. And the pictures will all be Trump scowling. I do like his inaugural photograph. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
shit, yeah.
I
Here we
saw
got
that. That came out a couple of days
It
ago.
was epic.
And this thing is an absolute instant classic. When you're a kid, do they still do that in schools?
Photographs?
When you're a kid, there's a photograph of the president, up on the wall somewhere.
Oh, I don't know.
Do they still do that?
Well, I think I know in post offices they're there, but I don't
Yeah.
know if they do them in schools. I mean, I don't
I mean,
know.
I went to Catholic
they
school. And we
barely-
still had a picture of the president, whoever the president
They
was.
barely put flags up in schools
Yeah, no
anymore.
shit.
So I'm not
Oh, yeah.
sure
You can't say
Oh,
that.
what about our friends in New Miami?
about.
Did you see what happened with the school board there?
Oh,
no.
Jesus
They
Christ.
they had.
You fucking derail some shit.
I'm
You
just saying.
You derail some
Well,
shit.
he mentioned flags. Are you going to put the Trump picture up?
Yeah. Well,
Okay.
I'm waiting for you to finish your fucking
No.
thought.
Well, and so in Little Miami, Little Miami. I think it's New Miami. Anyway,
Something Miami.
the school board there, a parent brought forth an issue that they only want the American flag or materials that say if it's a math class, then you want materials that relate to math. If it's history, you want historical materials hung up on the wall. So this is a way to say no more pride flags,
No more rainbow flags.
no more rainbow flags, no more Black Lives Matter, no more ISIS flags, none of that bullshit. It's either American flags, the state flag, or things that go along with the curriculum.
Okay.
And so there was a particular board member
Oh,
that ran on a conservative platform, and at the last minute she bailed on it, and the issue got tabled 3-2.
you're kidding.
No, I'm not kidding.
Well, I'll tell you this. I've learned a lot about school boards over the last several years, and I
Yeah.
will tell you that a lot of times people think it's a plus and a election plus if you have a child in the school district that you want to serve on the school board. But I will tell you from firsthand knowledge, I have seen the opinions and actions swayed by the fact that their kids in the schools get bullied by other kids, mostly from liberal parents. So my point is, I don't know what pressure the school board member you're talking about's under, but I bet you $1 to a donut that her kid was catching grief at school, and she said, "This is not
most
worth
probably."
It. That's probably it.
But
and we do know that in at least our local school district, we have some apparently children from liberal parents that can't seem to control their actions and or emotions. You know,
but
like
it's just
punching,
it's a
people.
shame. I mean, when if you're going to run for a position like that,
my bottom dollar,
you got to stand firm. And when you hear the local school board we have here, initially they did that. When they ran on a conservative platform, they got elected, I think by pretty big numbers too.
Yeah.
But when the rubber hit the road, when there was pushback, when there was resistance,
that's because normal people don't show up to school board meetings.
Yeah,
your normal,
but they caved.
Well, because the listen, I agree with you.
And now the sensible majority is only hanging on by a fucking thread right now.
And my prediction is the next election, what will happen is they will sneak one more liberal on the board, and then it's good night, Irene. Here's the problem, though. We need parents to get involved in their school boards. Show up at the meetings.
Yeah, no matter where you're
now,
at.
Need I remind you, Dan? You saw the video of the one large liberal here in the township screaming at a school board meeting, calling one of the members a whore, and how she was going to see her at church the next day. Made a threat. Remember that? And had to be escorted.
People
out.
Are fucking dumb though.
Well, no, people choose. They're too busy. They don't want to get involved. They don't want to show up at school board meetings and stand up for their principles. And they're like, let's just get along, go along, get along, and not make waves. And the only ones that make waves are the nut jobs that show up at the school board meetings, 2 or 3 or 4 of them, and they feed off each other's bullshit and they go crazy. And sadly, the board members are swayed by that. I'm just telling you what happens.
It was Little Miami, by the way, not New Miami, but
right up by Kings Island.
That's not far. It's right around the corner.
I know.
So, hey, the lesson there is
stay strong, people.
Stay strong. Show up. I always. All right. I'll ask you this.
Take the heat.
How many here know when the school board meetings are?
I don't.
They're like every third Wednesday or something.
Correct.
Yeah.
Every third. Boom. He gets a lollipop. He get every third Wednesday.
Has he ever gone to one?
I've been to several.
Have you?
Yes.
Have you stood up and talked?
No, probably not.
You know what? At the time,
I'm a local celebrity. I can't do that.
No, I actually wrote. I wrote a couple of speeches for people to make at school board meetings.
Was that during the Anderson Redskin thing?
Yes, it was.
I remember seeing you
because at that time I was in the.
You're on TV then.
The regular news media as a television news anchor and reporter.
Right. And it wouldn't have been smart for you to be.
That would have been a bad move.
Yeah, definitely a bad move.
But I wrote some commentary for people to deliver to the school.
Here's the deal. I rember that. And
there
that
you go. My secret's out. There you go.
That got a lot of people involved, right? Well, they did change the name. That got a lot
I did what I could. The first time
they did.
They did. But then the second time around,
well, that's when they used COVID
during the Wuhan. Yeah,
they
voted on it during
they had a secret.
What cowards?
Yeah,
what absolute
they paid
cowards.
the price.
Can we get back? Can we roll it back?
And so, how are we going to segue
Jesus
this?
Christ, you two motherfuckers!
I know.
Don't send me shit until like the last 10 minutes.
Wait, but we were talking about before that little thing. We were talking about Trump's photograph.
Yes.
And Jason has it queued up.
Yes,
here.
I've been waiting.
And my question was, do they still put the photographs of the president in the schools?
Yeah.
I think they should,
I
especially
went down
public
an
school.
8-minute rabbit hole.
I want this picture up in every school.
If you haven't seen it yet, look at your screen now.
I love it.
That picture of Trump. And that is essentially a remake of his mugshot with an American flag behind him. I mean, look at the lighting, coming from
Dig the scowl.
He's got the left eyebrow raised, right eye slightly closed.
Perfect.
I mean, they just think if you're a kid in school
and you're looking at that,
and this guy's telling you like, "Hey, kid, you screw up.
That's right.
You're gonna have to answer to me."
Do the right thing. do the right thing.
You know, that's my, not to, you remember we were talking about social media. That's my picture, my avatar or whatever. What do they call it? That's my screen thingy in social media for now.
It actually, it is. I think it's
that picture just
fantastic.
came out just like 2 days ago.
Oh, I got it weeks ago.
You did not.
I did too.
You're lying.
No,
No, he's got it in.
I got it.
He's got it.
He sent it to me for approval.
That's not true either.
It
All
could
right.
be true.
We go in there first.
Fake news.
Go there, and
Yeah.
then we'll finish these out.
Okay, yeah, I got to show that video. We have stunning video coming up of a black man that got pulled over by a cop, and what happens here.
We've got a couple different videos.
You won't
that
believe
sent me.
Yeah. But before we do that, we want to tell you about our buddy Rick Barrick. You know, when the time comes to borrow money, doesn't matter who you are, there can always be questions, and we'd like you to consider our buddy Rick Barrick. He has been helping people unlock their financial potential for more than 26 years. His experience with Cross Country Mortgage, the second largest mortgage company in America, combines to offer solutions for every borrower. If you're talking about a new home purchase, maybe a refinancing, if you're looking at a low-interest home equity line of credit to consolidate debt, Rick has all the options tailored just for you. It can be an issue for a lot of people. Let's say when it comes to your credit score, maybe you've had some challenges in the past. You want to talk to Rick Barrick and see how he can help you get on the right path. Call the number on your screen, 513-383-2923, or email Rick at rick.barrick@ccm.com. You do that, and you are just a step away from a personalized mortgage solution.
NMLS 18738.
I love
Thank
when
you
you
very
do
much.
that. I love when
Team
you do
effort
that.
here.
It is a team effort.
Boom.
All right, so I have this one. We've got just a couple stories to finish out, and then we'll be good. But you sent me this. I haven't watched it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it. So
Yeah, there
you have
was
to, you have to build it up.
This was yesterday. Joe Biden gave yet another speech. I don't know. Did you see the one where he gave himself? He went to the Pentagon, and then he gave himself an award, like some kind of military award.
No.
He was.
No.
I mean, my God, how sick are these people?
Monday can't get here quick enough.
That's
But
right.
Andrew, do you know how many amendments there are to the Constitution?
Off the top of my head?
Yeah.
Like, what is it, 13?
12? Well, Joe, whatever the number is, I think it's 27.
27?
Joe Biden thinks
But the
there's
important ones.
Joe Biden unilaterally decided that there would now be a 28th Amendment.
Yeah, I heard he added one.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not the president of the United States, and I'm not talking about the Constitution off the top of my head. So you kind of threw me for a loop there. But
Which is fine. I mean,
threw me under the bus.
Yeah.
But
if you're the president,
if you're the president, you're giving a speech and you're citing constitutional amendments, you should probably know 25th, 26th, 27th. What is the last one? Anyway, whatever.
I don't know.
But anyway,
but Joe Biden was giving a speech yesterday, and I guess he's the guy is flailing about for some kind of legacy. So
it's a little late now.
So someone wrote down equal rights and that it should be amended or should be approved. And look, the amendment process to the Constitution is lengthy. It has to be approved by what? By the states.
By the states, there has to be
right. 2/3 of the states have to approve,
ratify it.
But Joe Biden has
27.
Has Joe Biden
27?
has
27.
Joe Biden has forgotten exactly how that process works, and here's what he had to say yesterday.
I haven't seen it. I'm excited.
This is here we go.
Today, I affirm the Equal Rights Amendment to have cleared all the necessary hurdles to be added to the U.S. Constitution now.
Times Green
The
Jello.
Equal Rights Amendment is the law of the land now. It's the 28th Amendment to the Constitution now.
No.
Today, I
We're playing
affirm
it again.
the Equal
Hold
Rights
on.
Amendment
Hold
to
on.
have cleared all the necessary hurdles to be added to the U.S. Constitution now.
Now. I got to go to the bathroom now.
The Equal Rights Amendment is the law of the land now.
Now. Loser.
It's the 28th Amendment to the Constitution now. Today.
So he's trying to fucking do it
now.
Even the Washington Post, their analysis, here's the headline for their analysis. Biden declares there is now a 28th Amendment. There is not.
I'm waiting for the Washington Post to go out of business. I don't know how some of these papers are staying around.
That reminds me, you know who is going to be at the inauguration? Jeff Bezos.
Jeff Bezos. Is he bringing
the owner of the Washington Post?
I know. Is he bringing his new wife?
With Zuckerberg.
Who cares?
And Musk.
I mean,
they were going to be sitting behind the president, but now I don't know where they're sitting now.
The Equal Rights Amendment is not law. It is not It is not in the Constitution. It is not an amendment to the Constitution.
An amendment to the Constitution.
But Joe Biden thinks that it's like you remember that episode? Did you ever watch The Office?
Oh yeah.
Remember the episode of The Office when a guy's talking to Michael about declaring bankruptcy? And he starts walking around the office.
He goes, I
declare bankruptcy. So Joe Biden thinks that's the way it works now.
Yeah.
I declare
an amendment.
This amendment is passed. Everything it needs to pass. It's in the Constitution.
Do you think he's going to know? I mean, do you think that? Let's just say Monday comes. I mean, Monday's coming for sure. But do you think Tuesday Biden wakes up and realizes he's not president, or
he's
just
not going to know where the hell he is?
I'm going to know where he is.
So our buddy Bosco just said he's like the old racist papa at the family picnic.
Yeah.
But I also saw our friend Jay Raj, and I'll just leave it at that. He posted today or yesterday. He was like, "Today is the last Friday that you will have President Biden as your president."
True.
Let that sink in.
Yesterday, yeah.
Let that sink in.
This is the last podcast of One More and I'm Out of Here. You will see with Joe Biden as president.
Yes.
All right, one more piece of video to close out here.
We got a couple other fucking stories.
Oh, you got more? You want to get to that, and then we'll close out with the video there.
Well, no, we'll do yours, and then we got these other two. The other two will be real quick.
We're not talking about the record holder anymore, are we?
No, but I should have pulled that video.
I forgot about that.
I should have pulled it. We can hit that. It'll roll in. It'll roll in.
Just making sure.
Do you want to? Okay, so you want to do this one first?
Yeah, we're playing your fucking.
All right, this was posted by a guy named King Randall, and King Randall is actually an interesting guy because he spends a lot of time in the hood working with young black individuals, and so he was driving in New York and got pulled over by a state trooper. And look, I mean, I don't have to tell you what the story is. When a black guy gets pulled over by a cop, you pretty much know how it goes. And he took video of the encounter, and this is what happened.
Good morning. Good morning. Hey, Trooper Jones, the State Patrol. You don't stop me, man. I got you going 72 and 55.
Yes, sir.
Any reason for your hurry?
No, sir.
All right. You have your license with you?
Yes, sir.
Where you guys headed to this morning?
Back to Albany.
Okay. All right. Is the truck registered in your name?
Yes.
All right. Hang tight for me. I'll get you out in a minute.
All right. Thank you.
All right, sir. Going to issue a citation this morning for the speed, okay? All right. So before you're hearing the court copy, is going to be a court date. If you decide you don't want to go to court, you can just call that 229 number there and take care of it over the phone, all right? Need you to sign my copy there on the X. Not admission to guilt. Just stating that you received this copy, and I told you how to take care of it.
All right. Thank you.
What's your tag mean, man? I was trying to figure it out.
Oh, it means the fire in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah. There you go.
All right. Just slow it down for me, okay?
Yes, sir.
Have a
Thank
good
you.
rest of your day.
You too. Easy work.
Good morning.
So there you go. I mean,
isn't that weird how that works out?
Andrew Pappas, your thoughts?
That is proper training. I mean, that was a well executed, very professional done. I mean, I've been treated worse. I mean, to be honest with you,
if I pulled you over, I'd definitely.
But I find it interesting. I mean, he didn't go down the road where hey, I didn't do anything wrong. Who the hell do you think you are pulling me over? You're a white cop. I'm a black man.
It's funny how
fuck you never came out of his mouth.
He treated the officer with respect.
Not
he
weird.
Complied with the officer's requests.
That's weird.
He didn't say. Now, let's be fair.
Every time I get pulled over, I do exactly the same thing this guy did.
Well, you unbutton your shirt and try to show some cleavage.
Well, it depends on.
Shows his taco.
I try to size up.
He shows his chest taco meat.
The law enforcement officer before they get to the car. You know what I'm saying.
No, but how many?
He tries to scream away in that minivan.
I love the ones. Have you ever seen the videos of the people that are like, under the Constitution, you don't have the right to pull me over, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah,
and
what
the
a
guy's
bunch of shit.
Guys like, you got a second to roll the window down and show me your license. And then the next scene is the window shattering. I always love that. They think they know the Constitution or some.
That or the sovereign citizens.
Yeah, I'm a
Those are fun. Those are always a good time.
And then it ends with the guy being drug out of the car through said broken window.
Yes.
It's just
I've had some of those people on my show before. They're nuts.
Oh,
They're nutty.
They are nutty.
They are nutty.
You know, the guy, here's the deal. The lesson there is, you know, give love, get love. How's that? You know, I mean, you treat him with respect.
Just fucking be nice.
The police officer was very nice. The driver was very compliant. Didn't yes sir, no sir. No, you know,
I don't even care if you say sir. It's just okay.
No,
yeah,
you
like, got me.
You got me. Is there any reason? Yeah, I got to go to the bathroom. I mean, he might have, you know, whatever.
Right,
he just
look,
said I was.
But here's the thing.
No
and you got, and both of you tell me, I didn't show you this video before.
No.
Before the podcast.
No.
Correct.
As you were watching this, and in the back of your mind, you were thinking to yourself, okay, at what point
when does this go
does
bad?
this go sideways?
When's it go south?
Yeah. And you were waiting for that moment, and it didn't. Guess what? It didn't happen.
Well, for him,
that's why this video is pretty amazing, because it doesn't happen.
They should show that in every driver's ed class.
The reason I was waiting for it is because I was like, where's the story here? Like, because it's just a standard traffic
And
stop
it's funny.
that happens probably in this country. How many times a day? Hundreds of thousands of times.
But
a day?
see, to the Joy Reeds of the world, and to the ladies of the View of the world, and some of our friends in Flavian land, this sort of thing never happens.
Right.
This
is the exception.
This
not the
never
rule.
happens.
This is the rule, and what you see.
This
promoted,
happens thousands of times a day,
thousands,
every
hundreds
day,
of thousands
hundreds
of
of
times a day. And yet, this is the rule, and what you want to their mantra is showing the exception as the rule, and that's just not America, man. That's not America. I don't see the cop. The cop had no racial overtones whatsoever. The driver was compliant. I mean, it's a perfect thing. It's just, you know, you got me. I was speeding, and who doesn't speed? You know, who doesn't speed? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I go on the freeway. You know, if it's 65, I'm probably doing 73 because I'm figuring I'm not going to get pulled over for 73.
Oh, I go
and
faster
I
than that.
park it
sometimes.
Well, it just depends where I'm at.
I go faster.
But I mean, 73, I don't have to worry about it, especially on Loop 275, where there seems to be a preponderance of Ohio State troopers.
It's called the Gauntlet.
It's unbelievable. I will see no police until I hit 275 between Milford and here. I'll see 4.
Right.
Like, okay, let's slow down.
Drop that down a bit.
So there you go. I thought that was a good video.
It's a good story, actually. That was a very good story.
I'm glad I didn't see any of that before.
Yeah, but props there to King Randall he's getting some shit from some other black individuals.
Why?
for what he does.
Why? Oh, for what he does.
Yeah.
Not for that.
Yeah. Here's like this guy says, you're a fucking idiot. Referred to yourself as the king says enough about the type of person you are. You're putting out one positive little lucky fantasy video. Really does not hold a candle to the amount of police brutality videos I've been forced to watch over my entire life. Well, that's what we were just talking about. The police brutality videos, there's no one sitting here that supports that in any sort of way. Right. But those are the videos that make the news. Those are the videos that become the stories. When in fact, the vast majority of the time, and I'm not sitting here saying the cops are never in the wrong, because sometimes they are. But the vast majority of the time, it is simply because the individual getting pulled over, whether they're white or, and I've seen plenty of videos of white people acting like fools too.
Like we talked about.
Yeah,
absolutely.
And they wind up getting tased, or they wind up getting forced to the ground and handcuffed behind their back, and all the rest
of shit is a piece of shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what color it is.
Yeah, don't be an ass clown. So this guy's catching some slack from his fellow black people. But this guy, he puts out these little videos, and now he's like starting a whole academy now.
Did you tell me where that video was?
To where
did he get pulled over?
It was I believe in New York, because it said he's on his way back to Albany.
Got it.
So I think that was a New York State trooper.
That's fine.
But anyway, he calls himself a leader, a teacher, guide for the ex-boys. No labels necessary. But I've seen some of his videos before, and it's just like everyday sort of life lessons for young black men to show them how to deal with the world,
how to behave.
Yeah, and in a lot of cases, he's the only one in their lives who are showing them.
There's an Albany, Georgia, Bosco, isn't there? Correct? Question mark.
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
maybe it was Georgia.
Well, I hope it was.
He just said that trooper sounded southern.
He sounded country as hell. Yeah,
that would even. I hope it was, because that would even prove the point more. Because the stereotype is down south is home to inherent racism and systemic racism and all that other stuff.
I would guess that was Georgia.
I love the story. I love
Yeah.
the fact that he posted it, and he's like, "Look, if you comply and you give police officers aren't looking for a reason to be buttholes unless you kind of give them a reason."
Here, read this response. Wait a minute. Let me pull that up. Let me see if hold on.
Oh, you fucked it up.
Oh, no, here. Okay, I'm not going to read this one on the air, but read what that one says.
N-word with an A. Got in trouble by a white man and couldn't wait to show you N-word with an A.
Yeah.
How to behave when master around.
See, that's just stupid.
That's ignorant.
So
that's
that
ignorance.
And everyone I know that has been in a similar situation, whether it's our buddy Lady Mega USA or Zeke.
How many times we talked to Zeke about shit like this?
And he catches more flack, for being conservative and voting for Trump. He catches more flack from black people than anyone else.
Will Curry, that's exactly the N-word that I was reading. Neighbor. Yeah, I'm not.
All right, so there you go.
We do enough of getting.
There's our public service.
Public service for the day.
There you go.
That's right.
Oh, you segued right into that. You talk about public service. How about public service? Andrew sent me this one, which
I was talking about classrooms before.
I was impressed. Oh yeah. I hopefully it may be an ad. I tried to get it queued up where there wasn't an ad, but
Friends, everybody's okay.
hold on.
Okay, a lot of people were having to evacuate. And it's God bless our first responders. That's all I have to say.
Yeah,
I want to be one of their sugar mamas. I want to take them on a date.
What do you mean take money?
I don't know. Like, I wanted the things you've seen me do on my OnlyFans. Like, it'd be my way of paying it forward to our first responders.
Are you serious about that?
Yeah.
So you have a night out with the first responders.
Yeah, I want to be their sugar mama for the night. Yeah, and then if they're in their 20s, over 6 feet tall, even better.
So you basically hang out with them all night, have a fun night then.
Absolutely. They see what I do on my OnlyFans. They know.
So if we have any firefighters out there in the California area, this video is online. So feel free to, I don't know how you register for this, but you make sure. And how many guys are like, God damn it, I need a fake firefighter?
Is she on her way to California right now?
She lives in California.
So
she does? Okay.
So it says a patriotic porn star who went viral for her support of Donald
Patriotic.
Trump is offering to spend the night with LA's first responders to thank them for handling the Los Angeles wildfires.
She's a Trump supporter.
Rochelle Ryan, who is one of the top MILF performers in adult industry, expressed her thanks to California's brave firefighters by offering her, quote unquote, sugar mama in a recent interview. So she continued, the things you've seen me doing in my OnlyFans. And I'm curious, I haven't done any market research for this, but Rochelle 39 has earned a reputation as being one of porn's most patriotic performers.
God bless the USA.
So there she is.
Oh, is that her? Right? Oh, wow.
Boy, if we only knew some firefighters out there in the LA area, I think I have a friend that has a brother that's out in the California firefighting business.
It's a sexual playground right there.
Oh,
so
that boat rail is very strong.
Jesus.
That's all I'm going to say.
Boat rail is
very sexual acrobat.
That must be structural stainless steel.
So yeah, if you're an LA wildland fireman and you need hooked up, we'll figure it out.
We don't want to mention any names.
Hit us on Instagram. One more and I'm out of here.
Are showers required first?
Fuck, I don't know. Because it goes right along with, I'm pretty sure she's going to try to break the record that the body blew.
You know what? God. The funny thing, since we talked about that,
1,054 dudes.
It's like all over my feed, and they're like, "This is how she did it." And I'm like, I don't care.
1,054 dudes in 24 hours. And I don't know if you saw video or pictures of the room. It was nothing but a lot of fucking snake skins on the fucking ground. I don't even know. It would be like Indiana Jones trying to jump on the.
It was like that scene from the Lost Ark when he lands and all the snakes are around him.
Between that and then trying to get out and you're like jumping on rocks or like playing. It's like playing the game. The floor is lava.
Well, I thought.
Can you imagine walking out there with one that's stuck
standing in layers of urine?
David J is asking a good question here. Would she accept a Navy guy in a firefighting outfit?
Probably.
Give it a try. You could go get one of those little plastic firefighter hats from,
Will Cray said it was 12 hours.
Convinced you did your part.
If you go to Firehouse Subs, I think they have the plastic hats for free. So you get one of the plastic Firehouse Sub hats, march on over there, and you know,
Oh my God.
so are your sub.
Will Cray said it was 12 hours, not 24. I thought it was 24, but either way, 1,054 dicks inside you in that amount of time is pretty impressive and gross at the same time. So the other story that we have, and this came from our friend Falk. She helps with I don't know if we have to put her on a payroll or not, but she sends me all kinds of fucking stories for the next podcast. Think about this. And this is my favorite segment is another teacher got fucking busted.
Oh, here we go.
Weird. So just, if it'll play.
Grade teacher in Cape May Courthouse is accused of having a sexual relationship with one of her students. Detectives say the abuse started when the child was 11 and lasted for years, and that the two share a child. Wednesday night, I'm Sarah Williams. Rick has the night off. The big story on Action News tonight is a South Jersey teacher behind bars accused of sexually assaulting a young boy and having a child with him. Action News reporter Leland Pender has the story from Cape May County, and detectives say the investigation is far from over.
Ooh.
Middle Township Police and the Cape May County Prosecutor's Office both investigating here. Prosecutors say these alleged crimes occurred between 2016 and 2020, but the arrests just coming Wednesday. We're now asking anyone that might have even more information to please come forward. Once a fifth grade teacher, now behind bars with bond revoked. 34-year-old Laura Karen was taken into custody at a home on Orbit Drive Wednesday in Cape May Courthouse. Prosecutors allege she sexually assaulted a former student for several years and had his baby.
Do you know Miss Karen? There's nothing to see here. There's no one that wants to speak with you.
This unidentified man pulled up to the home while we were there. A short time later, another woman appeared from the home after we'd already left.
Do you want to talk to us?
Oh my God.
You came outside. Please, I'm willing to talk to you. Authorities say the abuse began when the victim was 11 years old. According to the criminal complaint, a few years later, Karen gave birth to the victim's baby. Karen taught at Middle Township Elementary number 2, and the victim was once her student. Prosecutors say Karen and the victim's family became friends.
The kid's 11 years old and he's not going to
his
teach her.
siblings staying overnight with Karen once or twice a week, but at some point they began living with Karen permanently. Investigators say the case came to light last month when the victim's father posted on social media saying Karen's 5-year-old child looked very similar to him and his son.
Oh, for God's sake.
The arrest Wednesday appeared discreet. This woman said she saw multiple black SUVs but didn't realize they were police.
If it's true.
It gives new fucking definition of 23andMe.
Can I say something?
It's so gross.
Can I say something?
Yes,
please
do.
I'm mildly, well, I mean, it's disgusting, whatever. And all these stories really disgust me, but I'm surprised the houses didn't have wheels on them. I thought for sure we were going to be in it because that looked like a normal American middle-class neighborhood.
Nothing to see here.
And I was expecting a trailer park.
Move on.
Nothing disrespectful about trailer parks. I'm just saying.
So normally, like I would pull these stories, back in the beginning of One More to Out of Here, when it was like the football team was gangbanging a teacher or the quarterback's banging the teacher and couldn't keep a secret. But now it's turned into a thing for me where I'm like, oh, you're a piece of shit. I'm putting you out there.
Well, I mean,
and thank you, Falk, for sending me that.
That
was
jail
fantastic.
Jail is not. I mean, she'll be in jail, but I mean, the kid's life is. I mean, and now there's an innocent child. I mean, this is just a garbage story all the way around. It's sad.
I did see one a couple of weeks ago. I forgot to send you, but the headline was teacher, caught having sex with student, and she says, yeah, but his math score's improved.
That's a good thing.
She's a good tutor. So Andrew is heading to DC. And then Dano, are we
weather
able
dependent? Because I've gotten an alert from Delta.
Uh-oh.
I mean, there's like the stars are aligning against me on this trip. It's
Just
like
make it. Just make
whatever.
the
We'll see
track.
what happens.
Are there significant delays at the airport?
I don't want to stay too long at the airport. They say, well, anyway, but my plan is I can't call you now from the mall, but I can call you. But you guys will be watching on TV. Like, hey, look at the TV that I'm looking at.
We wouldn't do anything live. Like we could talk later.
Oh yeah.
So I want to see if Dan's available at like 5 Eastern.
Yeah.
On Monday?
Yes.
Yes.
Monday.
All right. So we can call you. We can just pipe you in
Sure.
via phone, or
Sure.
if you want to face or video.
I'm going to try to get some photographs of me expressing my feelings in front of AOC's office and maybe a couple other liberal Democrats.
You're going to visit AOC's office?
Yeah, I got to go pick up my tickets.
That is awesome.
So,
and you send me anything that you get.
Don't get arrested.
Our friend James McGee is there
First
now.
Amendment right, buddy.
But he'll be
She
there.
might accuse you of rape.
I'm not going in the office. I'm staying in the hall. So,
but
doesn't matter.
We're going to talk to James and McGee as well.
Apparently, you don't even have to be in the same building.
He's
For her
mentally
to do that.
accosting me. But no, I'm going to have some fun. I mean, we'll get some fun pictures. I'll send them in, whatever.
Yes.
And I'm taking Elf Trump Elf.
I love it.
So
I thought that was a permanent fixture here at the
no,
the
it's
studio.
on loan during my
It's on
appearance. No.
But yeah, so we'll be back Monday at 5 Eastern to recap the inauguration and get some boots on the ground.
And I just got noticed there are moving trucks at the White House moving Joe Biden shit.
Yeah,
out
get
of the
them
White
out.
House.
To the nursing home.
Probably.
Get them out of there. Out.
But yeah,
How much furniture is he going to pilfer?
You know what? That was hilarious when Obama left office and the Clintons left office and they took all
They
that shit.
act like it all belongs to them.
Oh man, yeah, but whatever.
So we'll see you hit the like button.
Trump's got way better
Jesus
furniture.
Christ,
anyway.
Dan, shut the
Probably
fuck
does.
up. Download on all your audio platforms. Help us out, but also hammer the like button and make sure you tell at least one person to subscribe to this.
47, baby.
We'll see you Monday,
47.
5 Eastern. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Hey, don't forget Monday noon.
7.
Post 318. Like-minded folks will be getting together. Open bar. They'll have not open bar, but cash bar and food. So show up at Post 318, 6660 Clough Pike, and you can be around people that think like you do.
Yes.